Good morning, welcome back. My name still remains Mr. Austin, and today we are going to be looking at identifying and working with the users under QuickBooks Premier Edition. Now, this is the home page for Saving Life Hospital. We only have one user, which is known as the admin, and that is me. If you go to company and you go to customer and setup, okay, I will have to put the password. It's very important to safeguard the company file. Now you can see that under this user list is only the admin login that is displayed. We don't have any other user. Now the purpose of having other users is that for you to able to create a report, we have various transactions that has to be posted. We have the revenue, we have the expenses, we even have those that have to do the reconciliation aspect. Now companies can identify users for each of these sections. We can have the user that is involved in posting of the revenue. We can have the user that's also involved in posting of the expenses, and we can also have another user that does the reconciliation aspect. QuickBooks has made it possible for numerous users to have access to this company file. Now this is the admin that's logged in. Now we need to create a user. It is important to note that it is only the role of the admin to able to create a user. So now you can see I'll go to add user. Now I want to create a user. Identify the username as Austin. Password. Click on next. Now, what do you want this user to have access to? All areas of QuickBooks, selected areas of QuickBooks. You will make the selection in the screen that follows. External accountant. Access to all areas of QuickBooks except sensitive customer data. So I'll click on selected areas of QuickBooks. Next. Now, this section says access to this area includes activities such as entering invoices, sales receipt, sales order, receiving payment, writing estimated and statement, and also include access to customer center and account receivable report. Now, what I would do is that this particular user will not have access to this particular section. So I'll click no access, I'll click on next. Purchase and account payable. Access to this area includes area activities such as entering and paying bills, entering credit card charges, entering purchase order. It also includes access to vendors center and accounts payable report. What level access to this purchase and account payable activities do you want to give this user? I will give him selected areas. It means that you can create transaction and create report. Now remember that under the sales and account receivable, it does not have access to this particular section. Okay, next. Checking and creating card. Access to this area includes common banking activities such as writing and printing check, making deposits, and entering credit card charges. So what level of access to this checking and credit card activity do you want to give this user? I'll give him selected, create and print. Next. Inventory. Access to this area includes activities such as entering purchase order, receiving order goods or item, adjust inventory, and running inventory report. So what level of access to inventory activity do you want to give this user? So I will still pick selected areas, create a transaction, create report. Timing and tracking. Access to this area includes activities such as entering time sheet, importing and exporting timer data, and running time report. So I'll also click selected activities, create. Payroll. You can grant or restrict user access to this following activities: create paycheck, pay stub, print payroll tax form, pay e-pay payroll, taxes, access employee. And so this particular individual cannot have access because we also have companies usually have their own payroll officer. So I'll put no access. Sensitive and accounting activities. These are areas such as transfer funds between companies, making general journal entries, and online banking. I will click full access. Next, sensitive financial reporting. This will give you access to all QuickBooks report if I write any other reporting restriction placed on this user. So I will click full access. No, I'll leave it at full access. Do you want to use this user to have ability to change or delete transaction? No, you should not have access to delete. Should this user also have ability to change or delete transactions that were recorded before the closing date? Leave it like that. Next. So this is the report of all the rights of the user. You can see sales and account receivable. There's none. It's not has access. Purchase and account payable. It has access. It has access. Yes, yes. So this is the access right reports. So you can go through and see where the user has access or where he does not have access. So I click on finish. You are previously instructed to QuickBooks to log into automatically as an admin user for following application. You may want to choose a different user for this automatic login using or modifying the access. Click on OK. Click on close. So now let's close this file and open. Allow Austin to open. No, I'm not clicking. So we will now allow Austin to come open the company file using his ID and user. Okay, go on top. Username is Austin. Okay. Now, Austin has logged into Saving Life Hospital as another user. Now he wants to post revenue. Some patient came into the hospital, they saw the medical officer, made some payment for registration card, and the money was collected by the cashier. The cashier now remits it to the account officer, and that's Austin. So Austin now has to post that particular transaction. So we go to customer, enter sales. We say you need sales and account receivable permission to perform this action. Ask your QuickBooks administrator to grant you this permission. The reason is because under the company and username, setup user, click on log, view. You cannot even view because it is only the administrator that have access to it. So Austin might be surprised, why don't I have access? He now calls the administrator. The administrator says, okay, hold on. I will show you why you cannot have access to it. So yes, close. The user now wants to log in. Okay. The user now wants to log in. The admin wants to log in. So the admin now log in and now call the attention of Austin. Now, the reason why you cannot have access to it is because under the user, you have your user access right. You have been denied access. You have denied access for all receivables. Austin, let's view why you can't. Now you can see that under sales and accounts receivable, you have no access to create, print, and even to generate report. So that's the reason why when the user goes to customer, he wants to create an enter receipt, he cannot have access to this particular page because the access right denies the user the right to post under this particular page and every other page that has to do with receivable, sales, and others. So that's the purpose of the user. The users needs to be identified for what they are actually delegated to do. QuickBooks provides the environment where that user can actually focus on either the payable, that's purchases order, inventory, entering bills, or can focus more on the record deposit, write the checks, or even the reconciliation. So I hope you are able to understand how to go about if you want to add or create a user into your particular company file. So I'll just repeat it again. You go to your company, That's on your menu bar. Go to setup. It is the role of the user. Sorry, the role of the administrator. So you click on user, set up. The admin will input his password. Click on OK, and that's where the user list will come. So it's all you do is you add the user here, and you now input the user's name, the password. Then from there you go to each page that shows the access rights, where you want the user to have access to, or where you don't want the user to access to. So thank you very much for giving me your time and your audience, and I hope to see you in the next chapter. Thank you very much.